Hey guys, it's Stacy here. Welcome to my channel, Life's a Project, where I like to share my everyday life projects with you. And today's project is starting some Marigold and Coleus seeds indoors. So if you have been following my channel, you'll know that this is week 3 of seed starting indoors. Last week, week 2, I started a couple different types of peppers. And then week 1, I started some petunia seeds indoors. So if you have not yet and would like to see those videos, I will link them down in the description below. So guys, marigolds and coleus are two of my favorite plants to use in planting projects. You may have seen some of those projects in past videos. So last spring I did a planting project. It was the Black Urn project. You may remember that. I planted up a large coleus and 2 sweet potato vines and they did fantastic. I even showed you a 2-month update where it got really large. And in the fall, I did a simple planting project, putting together a simple fall container where I used 2 coleus, one a beautiful deep purple, and the other one was a bright yellow and green, and I just love the way that container turned out. And also last spring and fall, I did a couple projects using marigolds. The first one was where I planted up 2 containers for my front porch. They turned out so bright and so happy. And then the second one, I did a couple of hanging baskets for the fall. Really pretty orange marigolds. I just love the way that one turned out. And then one project I did, I absolutely love the way that it turned out. I took 2 buckets that I bought from Hobby Lobby, drilled holes in the bottom, and planted them up with marigolds. And I just thought they turned out really cute. One I hung on a shepherd's hook, and the other one on my mailbox hook. So let's talk about seeds. So these marigold and coleus seeds, you want to start them indoors 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost date. Now I'm in Kentucky, a zone 6. My last frost date is April the 11th. If you count back on a calendar, this week is 8 weeks out. So these marigold seeds, they're champion mix. I just love all of the beautiful colors on the back here. It talks about golds and reds and yellow and orange. You can see days to germination, 5 to 8. They like to be buried at a depth of 1/4 of an inch. And then it also says days to bloom, 35 to 50 days, so that is pretty fast. So next are the coleus seeds. These are so easy. Coleus, rainbow. They're supposed to be easy to handle, easy to see. So you can see here they're kind of pelleted or coated. I just love the beautiful color of the foliage. On the back of here, I was kind of disappointed with the amount of information. It really doesn't tell you how deep to plant the seeds. It does say to start 6 to 8 weeks, and then days to germination 10 to 15. So from what I've read, coleus seeds do need light to germinate, so they're usually just sprinkled on top of the soil and then just lightly pressed in, not really buried at a depth with soil on top, because they are such a small seed. But my petunia seeds that I started on week 1, you usually hear that they should not be buried as well. But I did cover them lightly with soil and they did germinate just fine. So here's a look at the marigold seeds. You can see here when I pour them out in my hand, they're kind of a 2-tone, kind of black and cream color. They're quite large and easier to work with than the other small seeds. So I'm going to place them down on the paper towel here. And I like to use a popsicle stick to make my planting holes. So I have a couple of containers here already filled with some Jiffy organic seed starting mix that's been pre-moistened and sterilized. And I'm just going to make little grooves or kind of elongated holes in the soil. That's about 1/4 of an inch deep. And I'm going to place 1 seed in each hole. So just 1 seed in each hole. And then you just lightly cover it using the popsicle stick. Just lightly pressing. And that's all there is to it. So really simple, easy. And that is 1 down. So now I just need to label my pot. So I have my little garden marker here that says marigold and today's date, February the 12th. So you want to do that so you know what you planted and when you planted it. So now it's time to plant some coleus seeds. So these Coleus seeds are really small, and you can see where they have coated the seeds. They're a nice purple color, really pretty. So I'm going to place these down on the paper towel. And then again, using the popsicle stick, I'm just going to make kind of indentions in the soil. So just kind of pressing little small indentions, and I'm just going to do a couple. You can see there. And then I'm just going to place one seed in each hole. So you can see there. And then one seed in the other hole. And then I'm just going to barely cover. Just kind of barely cover them up lightly. And that is pretty much it for that one. I'm going to add my little tag here, Coleus, again the date. And so that's pretty much it, how you plant them. So guys, you can see here I've added the two little pots to the seedling tray here, and I'll just plant up the rest of these here in a minute, kind of do that off camera to save a little bit of time on this video. I want to do 8 total of the marigolds and 4 total of Coleus. So super excited guys to share this with you, the petunia seeds that I planted on January the 31st. You can see here they all have germinated. So I have noticed that a few of them I kind of planted a little densely, but that is okay. I can just thin them out a little bit later. I'm just really happy that they have germinated, and you can see the cinnamon that I have sprinkled on the top to help with that kind of fungus that grows on top of the soil. And then my peppers here that I planted on February the 5th, so no germination on my Cal Wander bell peppers or on my sweet banana peppers, and that's okay. It has not been that many days, so I will just continue to be patient. So I think I'll go ahead and plant up the rest of my pots and show you what it looks like. So here you go, I just finished planting up the rest of my Marigold and Coleus seeds, and then I've sprinkled the tops with some cinnamon, just regular cinnamon from my kitchen. And then I've added my labels, and the cinnamon should help with this. You can see that kind of fuzzy fungus or mold that grows on the top. So cinnamon is a natural fungicide. And then I'll just water these pots from the bottom. Just kind of add some water to the tray, let it soak up what it wants. And you can see I have them on top of a shoebox to bring them up to the light. And I'll show you what they look like under the grow lights. So you can see guys, I have my little pots here underneath a couple of grow lights, and these are just simple clamp lights that I have clamped to my entryway bench. And I have a couple of LED light bulbs that I'm using, and you can see the timer plugged into the wall that the clamp lights are plugged into. And I have these coming on about 16 hours a day. So they're on 16 hours and off 8. And you can see here that I turn my little pot so that the tag doesn't block the light. And I have them placed on a shoebox to kind of bring them only a couple inches from the light. And then as the seedlings grow, I can remove the shoebox and kind of lower them down to the floor. And guys, if you were wondering about where I purchased these supplies and a little bit about the supplies you're going to need and how to set up a simple grow light system, I will link that video that I previously did down in the description below. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, just place them down in the comment section below. So I hope you will subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future projects and project updates. So thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.